A heavy lift.
It's a lot of weight they're picking up.
See the massive move at Williams Square Plaza as the renovation of this iconic site enters the final stretch. A new day.
We had to displace everybody that was in the shelter.
The nonprofit Brighter Tomorrows is looking ahead after sustaining a lot of damage in last year's winter storm. We check on the recovery. Progress report.
A lot of pride. I'm so proud of Irving ISD.
People find out about new programs helping Irving ISD students succeed. Plus how you could score free mulch for your spring planting projects and how local businesses are showing support for Ukraine. Now on City Source. The city of Irving is preparing for the spotlight and visitors big sporting events will bring. Hello and welcome to City Source. I'm Thomas Gandy. Professional golf is coming back to the city of Irving. Next month, the inaugural Club Corps Classic tees off at the Las Colinas Country Club. Our team attended a media preview event to learn more about it. The Club Corps Classic is unique in that it will pair Champions Tour players with celebrities. Tony Romo, Tim Brown, Roger Clemens, and Larry the Cable Guy will be joined by dozens of others. Organizers believe that will make it a draw for even casual golf fans. It is also expected to have a major economic impact.
What we really have found is that the economic impact from outside of the Dallas area and Irving in particular, I would tell you that we think that the economic impact in year one is going to be north of $15 million to this marketplace.
It's great branding and great recognition for your city, and it gets the Irving name out there. It gets the Las Colinas name out there. You have the beautiful views of the golf course, the beautiful views of the Las Colinas Urban Center, and that's always helpful for your city.
Here are some of the specifics. Tuesday, April 19th is for practice rounds at the Las Colinas Country Club. And that evening, country singer Cole Swindell will perform at the Toyota Music Factory. Wednesday and Thursday will bring the pros and celebrities together for the Pro-Ams. Then tournament play begins on Friday the 22nd. Find ticket information at clubcorpsclassic.com. We are seeing a lot more progress at Williams Square Plaza as renovations near completion. In these final stages, crews tested the fountains around the Mustangs. All of the hardware, from the nozzles to the underground pipes and pumps, is new. The extensive upgrades are meant to make sure the improvements last for decades to come. And there is more to see. Earlier, we were there to witness a feat of engineering. Check it out.
We are relocating the granite Williams Square sign. It's been in place since the plaza opened.
We've been watching, we see them measuring, leveling, a lot of precision involved in this.
It's a lot of weight they're picking up, so it's going to be an interesting process to see them and get them exactly in place. We're moving it up closer to O'Connor to get some better visibility and also get it away from the fountain basin. It'll make it a little safer for people to read all the text on the back of the sign that most people never really saw. So we're in the home stretch. We're probably 30 to 40 days out to being at substantial completion.
You heard Casey say all that work is expected to be complete in about a month. However, we still do not have an exact opening date for the plaza. And a reminder that TIF funds are paying for the improvements. Those are tax dollars reinvested into the area where they were generated. We saw some serious winter weather this year, but it did not really compare to last year's storm. In 2021, long power outages, busted pipes, and damaged buildings were reported throughout the region. Here in Irving, the nonprofit Brighter Tomorrows got hit very hard. We paid a visit to see how the charity has recovered.
We knew we had to evacuate the clients immediately.
These photos show the heavy damage at the Irving Emergency Shelter for Brighter Tomorrows, all caused by the 2021 winter storm.
There were still people in the building, so our concern was for their safety.
What are we going to do? How do we take care of the people that are in the shelter?
The shelter was full of women and children affected by domestic violence.
They come in here with so little, and when the last little bit of what they have is destroyed or ruined, it was devastating, Thomas, to be honest with you.
Now, just past the anniversary of that storm, we are checking out the recovery.
We sealed up around the ceiling, we redid the fur down.
Because the shelter is again occupied, we kept our cameras in a limited area of the building. This playroom, for example, is normally full of smiling kids playing without worry.
They would have all the cars out. We cleaned for your visit today.
Client confidentiality is critical here. And this location we're in is top secret.
Yes.
We have to keep this location secret to avoid that escalation of violence.
Photos provided by Brighter Tomorrows show the renovations in the living areas.
City of Irving was just phenomenal. We're in a city-owned building, so they took care of the physical damages, new insulation, replaced sheetrock in the ceiling, took care of all those things for us. And in addition to that, they came in and took care of some other issues unrelated to the storm, but that we needed help with and we just couldn't afford to get done.
As an employee for the City of Irving, it's our responsibility. It's just part of our job, customer service.
The renovations created opportunities to house more people.
Part of this renovation was doubling the capacity for this shelter.
That also creates a greater need. More people means a need for more staff, food, and supplies. Also, while the City of Irving covered the building damage, the charity had to replace everything inside.
We're having a difficult time recovering from the damage and the cost of that damage that was done during the winter storm, and we're still looking to get back on our feet as an organization.
Jeff Spivey recently retired as Irving Police Chief, but asked to stay on the Brighter Tomorrows board in support of the cause.
I don't think I can overstate how important it is for victims of domestic violence to have a safe place to go when they flee their abuser. And they rely upon Brighter Tomorrows for that opportunity to escape the abuse, for opportunity to get their feet on the ground.
And even with expanded capacity, they still have to turn people away.
Thomas, we could quadruple our space and we wouldn't have enough space to serve all the people that call our hotline every day.
There's still so much that we need to take care of and do.
That is why they continue to seek grants and community donations to support the range of services Brighter Tomorrows provides.
Counseling, where there's job placement.
And of course, it is this safe space that can mean so much.
They can go to sleep and they're going to be safe and they don't have to worry about anything going on.
If you want to learn more about Brighter Tomorrows or make a donation, the website is on your screen. Also, there is a 24-hour hotline for people in need of the nonprofit services. That number is 972-262-8383. Together we rise. That was the theme for Irving ISD's annual State of the District event. The program at the Irving Convention Center started with music from Nimitz High School students and continued with several panel discussions and videos. They focused on how students and teachers are adjusting to being back in the classroom, innovative district programs, community and parental involvement, and more. Everyone on those panels had success stories to share.
The 2021 national high school graduation rate is 84%. In Irving ISD, we're at 94.3%.
Our school system never has shined any brighter than it did today when they really got to tell their story about the great things that we have going on in the Irving school system.
But I hope they leave this event energized, motivated, and encouraged to see the amazing things that we have going on here in Irving ISD. I'm so proud of our students, our parents, and our community.
New programs discussed at that event include the Night Owl Academy, which is designed to help students at risk of dropping out, and the South Irving Collegiate Academy, which helps students earn college credit for free. We have the names of the candidates running for Irving City Council in the May election. Here are the candidates in the order that they will appear on the ballot. A drawing determines that order. In District 1, the candidates are Tony Grimes, John Block, and Ricky Lightfoot. In District 7, the candidates are Brian Jones and Kyle Taylor. Districts 1 and 7 are single-member districts. Registered voters living in those districts may vote for candidates in their respective district. In District 2, which is at large, Brad M. Lamorges is running unopposed. Here are the dates to keep in mind. Election Day is May 7th. Early voting runs April 25th through May 3rd. During that time, registered voters may vote at any Dallas County early voting location. More information is at cityofirving.org/elections. Also, the city secretary's office can answer election questions. That number is 972-721-2493. In economic development news, Utah-based Peg Companies bought this property on East John Carpenter Freeway and announced plans to build a dual-brand hotel. The Irving Convention and Visitors Bureau says having the two brands in one building is a first for the city. Irving-based COA Partners sold the property, and the CEO said in a statement he believes the development will support the tremendous growth his company is seeing in Irving. And look at what we spotted along State Highway 183 in Irving. The Clay Cooley dealerships have massive Ukrainian flags flying out front. Chase Cooley told us why the company decided to take this step.
We're very patriotic, and the reason is we really value the freedoms that we have here. And you see on the news, it's an exact opposite situation of what's happening over there. So as soon as we started seeing everything that happened, we had the flagpoles already, so we wanted to show that we stand with Ukraine, and this is the least that we could do.
The Cooley dealerships got these flags from Simon's Flags and Poles. It's located just across the highway. That company is relatively new to Irving and produces all types of flags that are sold nationwide. The Irving Police Department is hosting a new event that is all about family fun while also drawing attention to an important issue. It's called Kids Rock the Block Party, and it will be outside the Criminal Justice Center on North O'Connor Road on Friday, April 1st. Irving Police Department Victim Services Supervisor Heather Koval is one of the organizers, and she joins us now. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. And I mentioned there is a serious cause, and we'll get to that, but let's start with the fun. What are some of the attractions families can expect?
It's going to be so much fun. We have a face painter, an airbrush tattoo artist, bounce house, a petting zoo. We have superheroes coming, and then we have a bunch of agencies from across our area to provide information, resources, fun, games, and support. And those include things like our rec center and our Irving Library, but also the Irving Family Advocacy Center to let people know about what that does in our community.
Yeah, and along the way, I know you're hoping to draw attention to the issue of child abuse. How do you plan to do that?
Well, last year in Dallas County, there were over 27,000 child abuse investigations that happened with CPS. Our department itself saw a 66% increase in child abuse cases from the previous 5 years. So we're certainly concerned about kids in our community and keeping them safe. And so this event is really to target what the community has to offer to families. We know that social connection is one of the best preventative measures for child abuse in our community. And so getting families connected to our library, to our animal care campus, to our rec centers, to our PAL program, all of these elements that are going to be out there at the event are ways for families to get their kids involved in the community, to get connected, and to get social supports. Most importantly, we want to connect them to the Irving Family Advocacy Center.
Yeah, 66% increase. That's a huge number. And you were just starting to talk about the Family Advocacy Center. What resources are there for victims of abuse?
So anytime a report is made about child abuse or neglect in the city of Irving, those cases come to our center with our CPS unit and with our child abuse investigators. We have a dedicated child trauma counselor that meets with kiddos when they come into our center with our facility dog, Ritter, and kind of helps that family through that process. We provide free counseling to children, parents, and families to provide them support and healing following a child trauma.
You mentioned making those connections. Is this something that even children should be looking for, adults should be looking for? What's the point you want to get across about what we can all do?
Well, I think it's so important for children to be connected in their community, to have a good support system, to have people that they can talk to and that they can trust if something scary has happened to them. So it's so important for our kiddos to have those social connections, but also for our families. We've been through a very stressful time in society, and so our families need support. They need people they can talk to and vent to and get recommendations on healthy ways to deal with the stress in their families.
To bring it back to something positive, a lot of us love Ritter. How does he help abuse victims?
Ritter is wonderful. Anytime we have a kiddo who comes into the facility, he's able to meet with them. They get to pet him and play with him and throw the ball with him. And he just is a calming force in our facility. Everyone loves Ritter. And not only is he being used right now with kiddos when they first come into our center, but our play therapists are now starting to use him as well in their therapy sessions with kids. We just see that he brings so much joy and happiness and really helps people relax and calm down when they're talking about something that can be very scary.
And I'm sure he will be there for this special event. Heather Koval, thanks so much for being here.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Kids Rock the Block parties Friday, April 1st, starting at 5 p.m. outside the Irving Criminal Justice Center. That's at 305 North O'Connor Road. Employees with Irving's office of Abbott Laboratories volunteered to plant trees along North O'Connor Road. They are replacing trees that were lost in last year's winter storm and others that sustained damage from insects. The volunteers planted 22 native trees in all. They worked with Keep Irving Beautiful and the Parks Department on this project. Community groups donated money to buy the new trees, and this volunteer effort got them in the ground.
It feels great. It really feels good. I just love helping out the community, so it's a good feeling.
Abbott has been trying to do more volunteering in the local community, so our office is just a mile down the road.
And they're moving fast.
Yeah, this is a great group to work with. First time with Abbott Laboratories, and they're enjoying themselves so much. I've already got them committed to helping us do some paint work at the petting farm.
Keep Irving Beautiful often has projects for businesses, faith groups, and others interested in giving back. And here is another volunteer opportunity. Keep Irving Beautiful is encouraging people to participate in the Don't Mess with Texas Trash Off. It is set for Saturday, April 2nd at Trinity View Park. Registration is open now at cityofirving.org/KIB. Keep Irving Beautiful will provide all of the supplies and a free lunch afterward. Crisis Ministries will also collect canned food donations at that event. Staying on the green theme, this April, Irving's Solid Waste Services Department will be offering free mulch to residents. This mulch is created from the brush collected curbside. Solid Waste Services will load loose mulch into a pickup truck or onto a trailer. It is a good idea to bring a tarp to cover the mulch for your drive home. Residents can also bring a portable container to load themselves. Throughout April, the free mulch is available Wednesdays through Saturdays from 7 a.m. until 4 p.m. at the Hunter Farrell landfill. That's at 110 East Hunter Farrell Road. Irving's Think Green, Be Green team is hosting a virtual environmental career symposium. It is designed for high school and college students or anyone considering a career in environmental fields. The symposium is on Saturday, March 26th from 1 until 3 p.m. Register at cityofirving.org/begreen. Irving city leaders, employees, and family members turned out to honor and remember former Assistant City Manager Ramiro Lopez, who died last year.
He also set what I consider the gold standard of service to the residents of a community.
That was the foundation of what Ramiro really focused in on, was that customer service.
They unveiled a sign for the newly named Ramiro Lopez Way. It's at the entrance to the Briary Yard. As I mentioned, Lopez served as Assistant City Manager in Irving. During his 12 years here, he focused on public works. Before he joined Irving, he worked for the City of Dallas for 35 years. His children spoke during a ceremony just before the unveiling.
To be able to pass through here and see his name on that sign and tell anybody that we know for years to come or anybody that doesn't know who that man was and why his name is there.
It's so hard to put into words to know that your father's name is being honored for all the hard work he did for the city of Irving, other than being so proud.
The family of Ramiro Lopez received their own copy of the sign to take with them. It is time for our Pets of the Week, so let's check in with Michael Whiteside of the DFW Humane Society. He's at the Irving Animal Care Campus. Michael, good to see you. Who do you have to show us today?
Hey, Thomas, good to see you too. So today we're going to talk about two of our bigger dogs because we have a ton of big dogs, both with us and with Irving Animal Services right now. So we really need to find some homes for these two, plus a lot of others. First today we have Helen, and Helen is about 6 years old. She is pit mix, and she is also blind, but that does not stop her from getting to know everybody that she meets, finding her way around really quickly wherever she's at, and playing with other dogs. She loves kids. She's been in a foster home right now for several months, and she's still in a foster home. So if anybody is interested in meeting Helen, all you need to do is email our director, Sarah, at dfwhumane.com, and we can arrange a time for you and the foster to meet and see if Helen will be a good fit for your home.
And that fostering can really help a dog develop socialization, so you might get to see how that dog has benefited from that, right?
Exactly, yeah. That's why, especially with our transport dogs, we try to get them into foster homes when we have fosters available, because it gives a lot better insight for the receiving rescues into how that animal is going to handle a home environment, especially if there are other dogs or children, and really helps them with their socialization skills.
That is great. And let's move on to dog number 2.
Yeah, so dog number 2 is Leonidas. He is about a year old and a pit mix, and he is one of the sweetest dogs that we have in the shelter right now. He's another one that just kind of loves everyone, loves playing with other dogs, sharing toys, and he also loves belly rubs, which there aren't many dogs here that don't love belly rubs, but Leonidas is a huge fan. He is kind of a short little guy, but he is so cute, and he's going to be a great addition to any family.
And this is the time of year a lot of people are watching basketball, and if you're looking for a special pet to cuddle up with on the couch as you watch the games, you have a special coming up. Tell us about it.
We do, and if you need someone like me that could help you with your bracket, if you do that sort of thing, next week, March 22nd through 26th, we are going to have our Mutt and Meow Madness adoption special. All week long, all pets 1 year and older here in the shelter will be free to adopt. So that's all of our cats, all of our dogs, as long as they're a year and older, you can take them home with no adoption, but still get all the benefits of the up-to-date vaccinations, spayed and neutered, and the microchip enrollment.
Can't beat that special. Michael Whiteside, thanks so much for being with us.
Yeah, thank you, Thomas.
The Animal Care Campus is located at 4140 Valley View Lane. Check out the websites you see on your screen for hours and to see more adoptable animals. The Irving Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is honoring first responders at a special event. We'll have coverage next time on City Source. Also, the Irving Convention and Visitors Bureau is recognizing high-spirited citizens. Hear how they are making a difference in the community. And we have a really fun story I know you'll want to see on some classes for kids that are inspired by the TV show American Ninja Warrior. Those stories and more next time. Remember, you can always email us your thoughts on our stories. The address is ictn@cityofirving.org. Also, find us on YouTube. Our channel is at youtube.com/thecityofirving. And while you're there, keep in mind that we always appreciate the likes and positive comments. And look for updates on events and initiatives across the major social media platforms at the City of Irving. And that's it for this edition of City Source. Thanks for watching, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time.